Alright, wanted to do this for a while. Welcome to my browser. I'll be showing you two trailers. First of all, the famous one, and then this one. Ripper Teg wrote an expose about it, or his interpretation of it that I have, and he's the least biased person I know for Eve. So, the least biased. So he wrote an expose about it, and I'll show you this, but first of all I want to show you something else, and this is Rooks and Kings. Now, Rooks and Kings first started putting out videos back in the day, and I didn't see it until many years afterwards, where all this was obsolete, but it was still heart-pounding and exciting. I mean, by the time I watched it, the days of siege mode carriers and remote repping from them was long gone, or was just about to go by the time I watched this video. So it was completely obsolete, but it was exciting, and oh my god, this is what actually happens. Holy crap. And I couldn't follow any of it, but over the years of being able to rewatch it and understand a tiny bit of what was going on, which is awesome, because it's like, wow, there is so much stuff to learn in Eve and experience in Eve that A, I'll never know, B, I'll never get to know because it's all obsolete, and C, you gotta wonder what's on the horizon for the next iteration of the meta, right? And these guys were king of the meta. Sorry. And whoops.
In the time since Clarion Call, triage operation had become a common sight in New Eden. We have continued to use them too, throughout our Apocrypha summer campaign. Sometimes for escalation, sometimes for emergency bailout, and sometimes, like here, a faction battleship absolutely insists that the hook has to be swallowed before the cavalry charge. A correctly run triage op remains an intensive challenge, but the question is, in an ever-changing game, how far can you push it? A hostile rebellion capital fleet is sieging a large neutral tower nearby, with some sniping support. Alot makes final launch checks on his drugs, strontium, fuel and boosters. With only 20 battleships in fleet, we have to go with close-range setups to break the hostile capital spider tank and to be able to use neutralizers. This means we cannot drop the triage carrier out of range of the enemy dreads. The enemy have 11 capitals on field, with 8 dreadnoughts and 3 carriers against our 1 carrier. Even with good orbiting against siege dreadnought, our battleship will have to be repped against Moros drones and carrier fighters, and enemy sniping battleships that begin to come in at range, and of course the large postguns, which are shooting all parties. The enemy dreadnoughts begin to prime the triage carrier, which will have to run its local tank flat out while keeping the support up. Heavy damage is coming in, and the broadcast window begins to flood with armor and capacitor requests. Alethei's Archon is tanking 20,000 DPS, but the hostiles' caps put out 30,000. It's a race against time. By muting the dread, we can knock out the capacitor heavy guns on the Revelations and Moras.
8% on the Moras. Secondary to it will be pitch code to leave 2 nukes elevated. Begins on 1 or 2 nukes. Everything else on pitch code. All the next.
The carrier has held out long enough, and in the meantime, most of the hostile capitals have been killed.
Alright, so that was in June, that was summer. And in November, CCP released this. And this is the commentary about it that you'll see. And it freaking rocked. The same level of just intensity. Just multiple things going on, hard to follow, but you knew it was actually, this is the sort of stuff that can happen in fleet fights. And just like the This Is Eve video, right? And this is back in the day. So this is the kind of content that CCP is cool, but this is an interesting insight into we wouldn't get it because you normally operate on this scale and mechanics and everything, but it's a hell of fun to watch, right? Because you know this is possible, and it's super cool, and it's really neat that at least some part of, like, even though I'm a bitter vet, at least some part of CCP understood what the hell they were doing. Like, this is CCP making it, and they've got a lot more oomph behind them than a bunch of guys amateurly making a video that rocked, right? So after watching that, this is a good setup for this. Absolutely.
What's the ETA on those reinforcements?
We're going as fast as we can. Just a few more jumps.
Copy that, Talon. Get here as quick as possible.
Stealth recon, I'm cloaking at 40.
Golf, that's your primary.
Copy, engaging.
Heads up. He's lit a sign Eyes out there. Too late. Already in water. Talon, they're following us to the gate. Are you in position?
Roger that, Austin. We're holding in the next system. Talon fleet, jump through now.
Understood. Jumping in. That's a lot of hostiles in local. Yeah, glad you could make it.
What are targets by range?
Check scanners. Here they come.
Take down that command ship first.
Roger, engaging. Austin, align to the outpost at speed. Talon will call your primaries.
Primary those ECM boats next and target secondaries by range.
Copy.
Prometheus, do you copy?
Standing by.
Sono deployed. You're clear to jump.
Roger that. Jumping.
Now let's kick these bastards out of our system.
Командир, только что появился большой флот. Вас заметили? Нет. Хорошо. Флот «Дракон». Можете заходить.
Прыгаем. Есть главная цель?
Ждите всех. Теперь эта система наша.
Да, командир.
Pretty cool, huh? Yeah, and the fact it was 5 minutes long. Yeah, another minute and a half. Would have been sweet, you know. They got it. This is Eve. I mean, I'm sure you guys have seen this. This I love this, but there's been parodies on this. Is pretty funny. Yeah, tie-dye. It was like, yeah, it was cute, but yeah. But this, yeah, definitely. If you haven't seen it, I'm sure you guys have, but just in case.
Okay, what we're gonna do, guys, we're gonna sit 10K off a target, we're gonna blap it really quick, and then we're gonna warp to the run spot. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Outstanding. Okay, stand by.
So hey guys, here's the deal. They got their Prophecy fleet up, and then Razor also has an Oracle fleet. So we should have some interesting stuff about to happen.
So it's going to be like this. We're going to portal through, and at the same time, the triage carriers are going to jump. Just the triage carriers at first. Everyone clear?
Let me see. Oh crap. I think... Will we be able to take on Guardians?
Yeah, they got 4 Guardians. I don't think we should do this.
we can do this. Don't worry about that.
Now we're gonna fucking play some fun games.
My heart's racing.
And relax. All wings align. Primary is the Dominics in 5, 4, 3, 2. Decloak, decloak, decloak. Torpedoes on the Dominics. Dominics, Dominics.
Orbit on me, micro warp drives on. We're moving.
Secondaries, Vipers, and the Omen.
He's in structure. Take him down.
Dude, that revelation out now.
All units on the ramp.
Turn out towards that Guardian now.
All damps on the damnation, all damps on the damnation. Scepter, stay here and tackle prophecies. This is where we fight.
Alright. So I'm carrying 100 times more than my ship is worth. There were some pirates chasing me. This one guy chased me through like 5 different systems. I need to get the fuck out of this system.
This little rock right here is worth about 166 million ISK. For some people this might not be a big deal, but for me, it's huge.
Seller 4.2, pretty nice. Gonna produce 4 of them, 2 days, 19 hours, 11 minutes, 44 seconds. We can expect to make 8 to 10 million around there.
51 out of 56 grid? Okay, good. And we've got 5 modules to fit in here. The ship's speed is actually pretty good. It can hit 4K a second. We're gonna hurt that now by adding on some armor buffer.
Up success. Yeah. Thanks, dudes.
Yay, Sophie's so much fun.
Oh yeah, such fun. It's almost done now. Like less than a week. Oh look. Okay, good. Oh, wow. That is Mixing Kings right there.
Archimean silos down, Archimean silos down.
Go, 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 sun is down.
Portal, portal, primary.
Gate is green, gate is green. Sniper skills to long range, you guys B and C. Timer gets out on end green, come on.
Oh shit, how do I warp to something?
E-War drone, all E-War drones on Scott.
Why are you decloaking?
Patch, someone be the secondary. Oh my god, that's a Titan! Holy shit!
Do not engage.
Let's go! Get those fucking bombs out! Red group fire! Gold group stand by! Come on, boys! Come on, come on, come on! Yeah! Yeah! Oh, that fucking sweet!
So that was 2014. God, Jesus, that long ago. It has aged very well. There's another one made earlier, and it was Butterfly. Was it Butterfly? No. Something else, wasn't it? Great effect. Let's go to playlists here. Looking for a butterfly effect for one, and there was another one. It was synchronicity or something. Bloody hell! Go away, you annoying piece of crap. All right, let's go F11. Right then, I'll find it easy enough. Shouldn't be too hard. I like the one, I think it was Retribution. Yeah, I was there. And the Bounty Hunter one, I think it's Retribution. Yeah, this one. This was cool. Good music.
This is Vic. He just...
It's totally cheesy, but hilarious. All right. And just if you want to giggle, but it's entertaining. Let's see now. The CDIA files were great, but you knew it was a dead ender, and I was there. It's cheesy too. You're like, really? It's pretty funny. Butterfly effect. There it is. Why couldn't I find it via search? Oh my god. So, butterfly effect and Dare to Be Bold was the old intro video. It was nice. Butterfly effect. Didn't they make another? Causality. Right. Butterfly effect is great. Definitely watch it. And causality too. Definitely watch that as well.
In chaos theory, there's a concept known as sensitive dependence on initial conditions. Most people call it the butterfly effect. In EVE, we call it the sandbox. Let's say this is you. One lone wolf flying a starship in the far reaches of space. And in your travels, you encounter this. A defenseless mining barge under attack by pirates. You have a split second to make a choice. Without your help, the miner doesn't stand a chance. You decide to be the hero and succeed in driving the raiders away. The victim is thankful, and in the conversation that follows, a friendly gang that was on its way to help finally arrives. Grateful for your assistance, they invite you to fly with them. As it turns out, that gang was on its way to regroup with more patrols, who are all members of the same corporation, which happens to be part of an alliance of corporations that is currently at war with another alliance, whose patrols have just spotted the one you're flying with right now. Your decision to help that miner led to this moment, an epic battle between thousands of players, and the chance to share that experience with new friends that you might have for the rest of your life. Hundreds of thousands of people could hear about this battle. Why so many? Because it all happened in one universe, not in separate realms, just one big sandbox, where the actions of one person can resonate throughout the entire game world. In EVE, the choices you make shape the outcome of events. You could have helped those pirates, or just flown on by. What matters most is that the experience was emergent, unscripted, because in the sandbox, all player actions, no matter how subtle or bold, always have an impact. Imagine what you could become a part of. Being in the right place, at the right time, could touch the lives of more than 300,000 people in 230 countries around the world. Welcome to EVE Online. The universe is yours. They say you should dig 2 graves before embarking on a journey of revenge. That may be true in the real world, but not in EVE Online. In this universe, time is on your side to settle scores. This could be you, and you're about to become the victim of a brutal ambush. The attackers are with a notorious alliance. You're lured into a trap and then destroyed. But in EVE, death is a fresh start. You're reborn, and it's time for some payback. If you know anything, it's that alliances are held together by trust. You break that trust, you break the alliance. Those pirates were just one corporation among dozens under the same flag. Altogether, that's thousands of people. So you befriend one member, and then another. Soon you're invited to join them. The bad guys have no idea you're part of the team now. You start moving up the ranks. You're given privileged information, access to the Alliance war chest. They're counting on you for leadership. They've come to trust you. So now it's time to make a choice. You can keep building power, or you can take your revenge. The fate of an empire rests with you. The moment is yours. You decide to take it. Their wealth, their assets, even their territory. The heist is flawless. Without firing a single shot, you've brought an entire alliance to its knees. In just days, it falls to a rival. The decisions you made changed the entire map and the course of events for thousands of others. At every step in your journey, the outcome was always in motion. Because in EVE, your path is unscripted and your choices have meaning. They will make an impact. So what would you do with that kind of power? Play the game and find out for yourself. EVE Online. The universe is yours.
I just want to add that this was made in 2010, and I think Bob collapsed in either 2008 or between 2008 and 2010. I forget exactly. Could have been 2007. But it's not for the imagination and inventiveness of players, but the absolute half-assed, crappy, loophole-ridden corporate interface that has been in EVE since beta. and CCP has refused to deal with it because it's flatly impossible to deal with, and that's proven wrong time and time again. They just lie. Yeah, and Band of Brothers got dissolved because of some crappy corporate interface thing that somebody took advantage of, and it dissolved. So it wasn't cunning, it wasn't genius, it wasn't months-long infiltration, blah blah blah. No, it was just a simple loophole that was taken advantage of, and everybody knew it was there. They just couldn't do anything about the loophole, right? Except, of course, CCP, who's, oh, spaghetti, boo-hoo-hoo, crocodile tears, can't do anything about, boo-hoo-hoo. Meanwhile, hundreds of man-hours on inventing a new font, or, this new evolve thing, TM, right? It's the, they plies with it at first without explaining that it's a TM. Yeah, no longer about problems, it's about evolving. Yeah, they just euthanized. Just euphemism for problems that they focus on and harp on at probably every steamy, sweaty meeting they have. But the loudest, squeakiest wheel, the stupidest ass-kisser gets the attention. So there you go. In some, CCP can get it at times, but at the same time, it's like one step forward, two steps back. And they're fighting a losing game because Hilmar's still got a death grip on Eve. And as far as I'm concerned, the game's going to slowly die. It's never going to grow. It's going to slowly die. And Hilmar and his yes men hanger-ons, and especially the marketing department, who were masters of that, apparently, is the reason. But as you can see, there is some exciting stuff to be had and to be seen, and get your blood pumping for more. And if you enjoy this stuff, do look up the I Was There and the Retribution trailer. Definitely look up more of Rooks and Kings. They have some amazing stuff, that's just jam-packed. And you'll learn a lot of stuff, even though a lot of it's obsolete. Rooks and Kings was my first introduction to, oh my god, right, drugs. Those are really important, and I should really learn what a Belgorn's for, and how to newt out capitals, and a whole bunch of stuff that, like, using ship scanner to see the capacitor. They used a ship scanner during it to see the capacitor level. You can with a ship scanner of the enemy ship. And I was like, holy crap. Stuff you notice these things more and more as you get experienced, and watching it doesn't overwhelm you. And yeah, at first, when I first saw that Rooks and Kings trailer, I was completely overwhelmed. Excited, thrilled, but completely overwhelmed. I didn't understand a damn thing, and wanted to learn more about PvP to understand this kind of amazing stuff, and look back on it and go, yeah, sure, most of it's obsolete, but damn, now I understand what the hell's going on. And that's a good feeling, to understand WTF, what the hell just happened in that video, because it looked exciting, but and you benchmark your own understanding of PvP by being able to go, oh, okay, that was interesting, instead of what the but yeah, you don't get it with CCP videos. You do get it with the take the This Is Eve video, when it was all damps on the damnation. A lot of you might not realize that in nullsec, if you assist or guard or anything with drones, your drones will act like fellow players are rats. They will help guard. They will assist whoever the drone bunny is going for. They used to have mass sentry stuff, and the FC would just paint the target, and all the sentries would fire at once. And so, all damps on the damnation, the FC could have been having a painter in order to paint targets to get all the drones to attack, like a drone bunny, right? Like an incursion drone bunny. But in nullsec, that actually works in PvP. And, you know, a lot of people get confused because I think a lot of nullsec folks think it'll work in highsec and lowsec, but it doesn't. Yeah, so many layers to eat. Like, you know, a weapons timer. If you get pointed during a weapons timer and you're untethered, you won't be able to dock. But at an NPC station, if your weapon timer times down and you're still alive, you can dock no matter how many people are pointing you at an NPC station. So it's just so many things to learn in Eve, which is fascinating and at the same time really stupid. That there are so many ridiculous layers, like CCP's new introduction of, different timers for different sizes of structures. It's just like, what? You know, it's like, it's nice that the silver lining is that my Astor House's clone services now have a 4 to 5 day timer to warn people to get their clones out, because once it's low power, you can't get your clone out. You can get your assets out, but you can't get your clone, which sometimes is more expensive than your assets at the station, and the assets at the station will get asset safetied and your clone won't, right? So yay for them for doing that, but why didn't they go all the way and do it for everything? It's just because it just, you know, consistency in rules. The players expect that, and if CCP continues on this juggernaut, literally, of crushing their player base under these layers of confusing rules that even screw up veterans, it destroys players' interest in playing the game, because it's like there's no consistency. There's no promise made by CCP that things won't change tomorrow. You know, about permanent asset safety? No. Oh, yeah, that dev made that up. No, you didn't. You totally got behind that and pushed, and then threw whatever dev championed that the most under the bus. And the rest of you got away with it. So, yeah, it's just, like I said, you got to read that blurb by Ripper Teg, the least biased person I know in Eve. He's still biased, but, you know, the least biased person. So yeah, so much more stuff, you know, under the hood that just you think is the reason, but actually there's a different layer underneath that really explains why people get mad at the game. And yeah, so hopefully that was exciting. But yeah, definitely check out you know, I was there, the Retribution trailer. There's a few that are really cool. Most of them are crap, but there's a few that are really cool. And feel free to check out my playlists of stuff. That'll help you understand the game a bit more. I've got I recently fixed. I have to redo my intro, but whatever. I've got recommendations only here. I tried to put playlists here, but it was too restrictive. So go in a playlist, and this'll help you find them all. Basically, I hope. Yeah. All right. So yeah, I've got. I do believe. I think it's in aesthetics that I have the role-playing stuff that CCP does for the factions. It's got combination of all the Amar trailers, faction trailers, that even when you're doing the new player experience, they would have little blurbs for each faction. That was really cool. I believe it's in aesthetics. It's got to be. Yeah, I've got 2,000 videos. It was really smart of me in the beginning to start doing the playlist from the beginning, because otherwise it would just be, just a horrible experience to try to... Okay. Shock. Yeah, if you want to find something, use this. You have to go and you hit enter. You can't do anything else. Just hit enter. There we go. Perfect. Yeah, I've got all the faction lore stuff. They did the new color video, right?
Hundreds of worlds, billions of people.
Yeah, so all this is just jam-packed with all the faction stuff. And I've got the Galenti stuff, the wallpaper, new video, old video, all that stuff. So all 4 of them, the factions for Eve University, Astaroth's excellent intro to Min-Matter tribes because I just like blurp.
Greetings, fellow Empyreans. I am Ashtarothi, the voice of New Eden, and as a follow-up to my breakdown...
The White Knight of New Eden. But anyways, hope you enjoyed that. Hope you learned something. Hope you're enthused about Eve. It's hard to get enthused about Eve anymore, but watching the videos, it's fun. They're fun and get you a little bit excited. But anyways, I gotta go back to what I was doing in game. So thanks for watching.